up, guys? Welcome back to Verified Profits. I'm Eric, and I'm here to give you the UFL United Bowl 2026 game picks. Who's going to win and who I think is going to make an anytime scorer picks. We got some strong defenses, some excellent coaches, and some explosive running games. This championship's going to be a fun one to watch. Make sure to smash the like button, hit the follow, and let's go. The results from last week, the playoff run, we nailed both picks. We had DC to take the dub over the number 1 seed Orlando Storm. It's really tough to beat a team 3 times in a row. Had a feeling Orlando wouldn't be able to do it, and that DC was going to show up in the playoffs, and they did. Cashed it. And for the second game of the playoffs, we expected Louisville Kings to take the dub, send the battle squawks flying. We didn't think Luis Perez was going to be able to step up enough, and the Kings are on another level. And Louisville came out on top. 2 for 2, 100% playoff calls. Cashed it. And to add a little cherry on top for the United Bowl 2026, we're going to represent. We got a little bit of swag there. Look at that. Thanks, UFL Shop. Thanks, Rapoli. A lot of people were chirping at the refs last week, saying that they were favoring DC. But if you watch that game, DC against Orlando, the series before halftime was awful against DC in officiating. DC went up to spike the ball. Orlando was offsides. The refs didn't call it. The next play was a missed pass interference call against Orlando. Should have given DC some yards there. The next play, Jason Bean, quarterback for DC, throws a tutty on a scramble, and they call it back saying he passed the line of scrimmage. Didn't look like he was fully passed. I've seen quarterbacks in the NFL much further past the line of scrimmage and throw it, and the refs let it go. And so DC had to resort to kicking a field goal, and they missed. Score should have really been 21-6 at halftime. So if you want to bark about the refs not being fair to Orlando, they seem to be going a little bit against DC because the refs didn't call egregious holding on more than one player. Head coach Shannon Harris had to throw out the challenge flag. So luckily that huge passing tud was called back. That was a good call. But then they robbed Roberson of his interception. Looked like it was pretty good to me, but they bailed out Orlando. Quarterback Jason Bean, he's got some skills. He just needs to put a little more zip on those passes. He did get hurt on a scamper, was out for a play. Backup quarterback Spencer Sanders comes in, throws a pick 6 instantly. Woof. But it shows that DC was actually more dominant in that game than it looks on paper. DC's defense, typical bend, don't break, give up some midfield yards, but they really solidify in the red zone, especially at the goal line. Derek Roberson, a 4th and goal sack, turnover, that was sick. One of the top prospects in the UFL that's probably going to get picked up in the NFL this year. Kicker McCrane with a 4-pointer. And last week, the Louisville Kings, they were down at halftime, 11-17. Thought they'd come back, and they did. We've got to give a huge shout out to first-year head coach Chris Redmond. He had a smart use last week of a challenge flag. Louisville Kings being a new team this year in the UFL, and Chris Redmond being a brand new coach. Got to give him kudos for getting his team to the championship United Bowl. Kings kicker, Mr. Automatic, Tanner Brown. He had 2 4-point field goals last week. That dude's going to be picked up by the NFL this season. The king with the golden toe. In the UFL, it really comes down to the coaching and how strong and dominant your quarterback's going to be. And defense wins championships. So when you've got DC defenders, one of the best defenses out there, turnover beasts, led by head coach Shannon Harris and offensive coordinator Fred Keiss, dials up some fire, and the high vibe defensive coordinator Blake Williams. I love watching that guy just get it. You can see everyone rally around him. DC's defense knows how to step it up in the postseason. I think quarterback Jason Bean having that full circle moment, getting traded from the Kings after he started this year as Louisville's starter, got traded. DC lost their starting quarterback Jordan Teamu late in the season, but Jason Bean and his green bean casserole, everybody eats, everybody wants more, led the team to the championship. Number 1 running back in rushing yards and rushing tutties this year. Deion Jackson, he's going to step it up. He got his fuse back after he lost it earlier this season, but he is explosive. They have weapons, a lot of wide receivers and tight ends, and running backs with hands. Kiki Kuti, he might bust off a huge one. We've got anytime scorer possibilities with wide receiver Cornell Powell, the one-handed skyscraper, strong, molten rock, lava hands. That dude is a beast. And wide receiver Ty Scott, we nicknamed him Tud Scott. That dude's probably going to score. And when it comes to defense, Joe Wallace on the line. That dude is a monster beast. And Derek Roberson, last time the Kings met, Roberson got robbed of a beautiful, almost career-ending hit when he sent Chandler Rogers upside down, fumbled it, and they called it back saying that Roberson hit too high. That was ridiculous. I do expect to see Chandler Rogers throwing those prey ball moonshots, and he's definitely going to be scampering. So let's see if we can get another upside down fumble clean and get that turnover. And honestly, I'd take the bet that DC's defense is going to score a pick six or a scoop and score. Yeah, that's pretty probable. On the biggest stage of the UFL, pressure's on. They're going to be lighting it up, and they've got a strong, vicious attack. Let's talk about Louisville Kings. First year as a team in the UFL with their first-year head coach, Chris Redmond. Pretty good. A lot of adjustments earlier in the season, but it paid off, and they made it to the United Bowl. With an offensive coordinator, Steve Logan, I think he dials up the most fire out of the league for an offense, and their defensive coordinator, Jamie Sharper, top tier. That Kings defense, they're ball hawks, they are hit hard, they sack, the pressure's on. DC is going to have a hard time getting away from that pressure, and the Kings have been on a tear. Ever since Chandler Rogers took over as a starting quarterback, they've been winning. In the United Bowl, I think Chandler Rogers is going to take the ball himself, scamper, dive into a tutty. He's going to be ball hogging a little bit in this game. He's one of my top picks for the Kings as an anytime scorer. He's just going to scamper around, dive in, and get that tutty. With both running backs, James Robinson and Ian Wheeler, both those dudes are going to probably punch it in. Those running backs have a high chance of getting a tutty. And all the hype around Tariq Black, he showed up for it too. He deserves all that hype. That pass rush, Cam Gill, Defensive Player of the Year, so many sacks. Wide receiver, Lucky Jackson, electric. I'd be watching him. And their tight end, Trey McKitty, he is a beast. I'd be throwing it his way a lot. And wide receiver Isaiah Winstead. I think he'll get some explosive prey ball moonshot catches, but I don't know if it'll be into the end zone. Louisville Kings are going to show up pretty strong. They've got a great defense, and they've got some fire on their offense. DC has an elite defense, and they're going to be dialing up some fire too. It's going to be a great game. I don't know how many explosive plays we're going to see with these defenses being able to shut down quite a bit, but I do think for the 2026 United Bowl, DC defenders are going to rise to the top and protect their throne from the Louisville Kings. Both teams are super great, and they're fun to watch. This is going to be an excellent game, but I think DC is going to come out on top. So there you have it. The last game of the season, the last video, the last rundown for Verified Prophets. Make sure to smash the like button and follow. Check out the band Peninsulas. It's my music project and it's the background music to these videos. Subscribe, follow on YouTube. There's tons of music videos. Check it out. Really appreciate you guys. What an awesome season. I might have a few videos that come out a little later, but this was an awesome season. I was happy to do it. Can't believe we made it this far, and I can't believe it happened so fast. Really appreciate you guys always showing up, and thanks to the UFL for being top tier. So that's it for the 2026 season picks. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out, follow, subscribe, share with your friends, comment below. Let's see who you think's gonna take it this year. Verified Prophets, Spring Football 2026 United Bowl Championship, baby. Let's go. Peace out.